When her eyes turned pure white, I knew we had made a grave mistake. The village always said Adaku was the fool, but they were wrong. We were. It all began one hot afternoon. My cousin Adaku was known for being the village idiot. Everyone laughed at her clumsiness and silly mistakes. They called her names, and even her family didn't expect much from her. She was always last to finish any task and always got things wrong. One day while I was fetching water, Adaku came running to me. She was excited, which was unusual. She told me she had found something amazing in the forest. I was curious, so I followed her. She led me deep into the trees to a small clearing where an old cracked clay pot sat on a flat rock. The pot looked ancient and had strange symbols carved all over it. Adaku said she found it by accident when she tripped over a root. She claimed she heard a voice coming from the pot, telling her it could make her rich. I laughed and told her it was just her imagination. But she insisted, saying she felt different ever since she touched it. That night, Adaku's family laughed at her again when she told them about the pot. They thought she was making up stories to get attention. But when she pulled out a handful of shiny gold coins from her pocket, their laughter stopped. Everyone was shocked. Her father, who never paid her any mind, suddenly became interested. He wanted to know where the coins came from. Adaku said she only had to whisper her wish to the pot and it would grant it. Her father didn't believe her, but he decided to see for himself. The next morning he went with Adaku to the clearing. I followed too, hiding behind the trees. I watched as her father spoke to the pot. Nothing happened. He got angry, accused Adaku of lying and went back home. But that night, Adaku's house shook with the sound of coins clattering on the floor. Her family woke to find piles of gold coins in every corner of their home. The news spread quickly, and soon everyone in the village wanted a piece of the magic. But when they went to the clearing, the pot was gone. Adaku was now the richest girl in the village. Her family moved into a big house and bought many things. But something wasn't right. Adaku began acting strange. She would stare at nothing for hours, and her eyes seemed to change, becoming more and more lifeless each day. She stopped speaking, and sometimes she would just laugh for no reason. It wasn't her usual silly laugh. It was a cold, empty sound. One evening, as the sun was setting, I went to visit her. I found her sitting alone, whispering to herself. I asked her what was wrong, but she didn't respond. Her eyes, now completely white, stared right through me. I felt a chill run down my spine. Then, in a voice that wasn't hers, she said, "The pot has taken more than it gave." I ran out of there and never went back. The next morning, Adaku was gone. Her family searched everywhere, but she was never found. Some say the pot took her as payment. Others believe she wandered into the forest and was lost forever. But I know the truth. The village called her the fool, but in the end, we were the foolish ones for not listening. Adaku had warned us, and now she was gone, leaving only an empty silence and the echo of her last words. I still see her sometimes in my dreams, her eyes white and empty, reminding me of the price of greed.